All right, hey, thanks for joining us today. In this episode, we are featuring Dino's 64 Pro Street right here on my left. We're gonna be installing a new Ron Davis radiator, little upgrade from what he had before, dual fans, and then we're also going with an external transmission oil cooler with a couple of fans on that from Durali. Jake did all the work on this one, so check it out. Hey, thank you guys for watching. Enjoy the show.
What's up, guys? We just got Dino's 1964 Chevy C10 pulled into the shop. Gonna go ahead and start getting it tore apart, getting this radiator out of here and replace it with the Ron Davis aluminum radiator and the dual fan transcooler. Alright, so we got the Ron Davis radiator mocked up in the factory mounts. Because the truck got converted from the earlier model radiator to the 67 to 72 radiator, I'm kind of having to work backwards. So I'm gonna have to go to SoCal Speed Shop and pick up some of the lower rubbers for the radiator mounts. I'm also gonna pick up the upper rubbers as well. Not sure if I'm gonna be able to use them because I gotta make a custom upper radiator hold down, but we'll get them to see if they work. They're cheap. Run to Napa to pick up some radiator hoses and stuff, and then we'll start slapping it all together. Alright, so I just got these, we'll call them C-clamps, I guess, for the upper radiator hold down made to hold the rubber isolators. So I'm going to go ahead and get those positioned on the top of the radiator where I want them. And then once that's made, I'm going to go ahead, or once those are positioned rather, I'm going to go ahead and break a piece of 12 gauge to come up, over, down, and catch those 4 bolt holes just like the factory one. And just kind of style it up a little bit. Keep it lower, keep it simpler than the other one. It's all going to get covered anyway, but want it all to look good, so. Alright, so I just got back from Napa. Went and picked up some ATF and some premixed coolant for Dino's 64 Pro Street. So we're going to go ahead and get the new radiator all filled back up with coolant, get that bled out. We're going to fill the transmission back up since we added some more capacity with that new transcooler. So we're going to go ahead and get everything all filled up, bled out, and then should be good to go. Well, so this one is for the radiator. Basically, it's got a really cool bleeder system built into it. It's got all these different little fittings, kind of play around and figure out which one ends up working. And then what you can do is when you put everything on, it's actually it bleeds itself. It'll burp all the air out. And now we wait. That is actually just what was causing our little waiting issue. What this does is it's just a plug that you put in at the end of the whole bleeding process. Plugs the funnel so you don't spill all over the place, basically. It's orange coolant. So it's just an orange premix for GM vehicles older than 2006. Napa, regular orange coolant. Just some premix. Yeah, they just have it on the shelf. They've got all the different types. If you don't know, there's a book. They also say down on here too what they're for. So we'll just go ahead and fill this guy until it stops taking fluid. Then we'll fill up the trans, and then we'll run it and let it bleed itself. Yeah, so that's all the air coming up. So all those bubbles of the air coming up out of the radiator, all the lines in the motor, all that air has to get displaced somewhere, so it lets it out here. These funnels are cool because it lets you bleed it while it's running with everything open. Then you can plug it and pull it out. James doesn't like using these. I don't know why. I have no idea why.
Glad to see this one getting wrapped up.
Make it work.
It's had a little issue running a little bit warm. So we switched out to a better radiator with a shroud and dual fans. The other radiator was a nice radiator, it just didn't have the setup for the shroud. It had a single fan and not as efficient. We got this radiator with an external transcooler. And then performance-wise, we reduced the size of the pulley, increased the boost a few pounds. I think 2 point something pounds. So yeah, it should give it a little more pickup and hopefully stay cool when he's cruising.
You know, he's got that smaller supercharger pulley that I went ahead and put on there for him. He's got a little bit more cooling capability, so he might be able to crank a few more horsepower out of that top end. So we did a Ron Davis aluminum core radiator with dual fans, and then we did a dual fan transcooler as well. The radiator that we took out had a transcooler built into it. Obviously this Ron Davis one doesn't, so we went ahead and added an external one. So I'm not sure exactly how much capacity this radiator has compared to the old one. So I'm basically just giving it a little bit of a manual. When I squeeze it, it displaces the air and the water in it. So when I squeeze it and the bubbles come out, I'm pushing air out of the line, and then since that funnel's still full of fluid, when I release the pressure, it sucks fluid back in where the air was. Makes the bleeding process a little bit easier when you run it, a little bit less of a mess, since most of the air is already out.
Oh, I was just crimping the end of the cable for him. We didn't have our normal crimping tool available, so I improvised and got it crimped for him. We just needed a little more power for the fans we're running. The original fan relay had some pretty small wire feeding it, so it was getting warm. So we've run a new dedicated relay and some bigger cable.
Yeah, that's the slam valve, which is this one. That's the slam controller.
Yeah, we have 0 left.
This is our last one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Shit.
Face.
Monday showed up today.
I'll make sure that we turn the inventory off on that one.
And then, yeah, there's one left of that.
Cool.
So.
Sounds good. Perfect. And I found that other part. We're gonna send it straight to the customer.
So just ship it then?
So just
both? Okay.
ship both of them, and then I'll get that. Let me know which customer is not gonna get that box, and I'll drop ship it. So you can use.
It's a normal day here at Switch Suspension.
We got a local guy picking up an order. He's having his install done at Lowboy, actually. So he's picking up the kit from us, and he's gonna take his truck and the kit down there to Lowboy.
Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to another segment of Know About It. Today we're going to be talking about our switch suspension hood hinges. These are offered for 60 to 66 C10 as well as 67 to 72. These are going to be used when you're running to run a bigger wheel or you want to rip that inner fender well out to bag that thing. These are going to move these inward and into the firewall and completely be hidden behind there in the cowl. These are the switch suspension 60 to 66 C10 hood hinges. These are available with or without the gas assist struts on it to keep it propped up on its own. There are some great YouTube videos out there showing the install with this, as well as instructions included when you purchase them. These are the switch suspension 67 to 72 C10 hood hinges. Yeah, I gotta shake it out, bro. If you guys been watching our videos, you probably noticed that Jason installed these on the twin turbo C10 truck, as well as these are installed on Dino's Pro Street. I got you. Hang on, a little bit more. The install for these does require a little bit of cutting and welding. It is minimal, but if you want to reference the YouTube videos, those are a great reference and step-by-step instructions. If you want to go ahead and get these guys ordered, you can check them out on the website under C10 parts and hood hinges, or feel free to give us a call down here.
Oh my God, look. The baddest truck I have. I love this truck. Oh, so here over at Switch, I got the Pro Street truck over here. We changed the blower speed on it, put some more boost in the motor. We got a really bitchin' Ron Davis radiator for it. We had to add an oil cooler to the front. I got hubby cap gonna come over and he's gonna sheet metal up some more work. He's actually gonna build me a Pro Street wing for the back. This absolutely is one of my favorite trucks. It's a backyard build. I built a dually to tow it, which was crazy. I sold this so fast. It was one of those things. The guy had to have it more than I had. So, but this truck right here is still one of the funnest trucks I have. You know what's crazy about this truck too is there's not, in my generation, this was really super popular. You know, I mean, this front tire is a 33, the rear tire is a 33/21 on a 15-inch wide wheel. The front tire is a 165 that's on a 3-inch wheel. So it's crazy, but the truck really works well. It's one of my favorites, honestly. And eventually I'll end up putting a real blower motor in it. This is just a small 330 horse GM performance motor. We put that baby blower on there. It's a 771. And it's got enough. I mean, it's got enough, but when you start turning big tires like that, it's got a 456 gear in the rear that Switch also did for me here. And just tuned it up. And this truck has the baddest patina on the planet. They only made this color 1 year on this truck. So, but look at this. That right there is sexy. And of course the sheet metal work. It's just a cool truck and it works super good. It's one of my favorites.
Thanks for watching this week. Be sure to like and subscribe. Come back next week for next week's episode.
George is not here. George Brazil's not here. Look at low boys.
Unless
You know,
you got AC in your Cadillac.
I brought a cigar, but he doesn't want a cigar.
Look at that. I'm
Should have fucking kill you, man. I should have killed you.
Nah, bro, they're not. What is it?
You're beautiful, man. We appreciate you. Thanks, dude.